Nowadays, I'm reading a book that name is Talk Like a TED. And in that book, I found storytelling can enhance our speaking style at least 60%.
Like if I am nervous, I would start speaking really, really fast. So
Hmm.
that's something that I'm trying to improve. Like no matter, even if you're nervous, you need to speak slowly. And it's not just like good for us, but also good for the audience, because a lot of them are beginners and they cannot understand when somebody is speaking too fast. Because I have seen some people commenting on other people's channel like, I really love your content, but you need to speak slower because we are just beginning the journey. So
Your words are very clear. You are speaking very clear. So, what is the reason? Like, how did you develop this accent?
you was, how do you introduce advanced vocabulary in your everyday conversation? Because personally for me, what I do is like, when I'm reading new words, and then I like quickly read their meaning, and then I just move on with my life, and then I forget about the words and their meanings, so I'm never able to introduce those words in my daily conversation. So how do you do that?
You a lot of opportunities. There are many people who are looking forward to have conversation and they want to learn from you. So you will get a lot of opportunity. Even my channel is very small, but I'm getting so many people who want to talk to me, who want to learn from me. There are many people, a learner, they want to learn English from me. So yeah, there are many opportunities.
From my personal experience, I'm saying like nobody needs to go with the grammar part first. Like I know it's the boring part, it's very boring, I know.
Very
And I also recommend to people like you can start with the spoken part first, the spoken English. And the first
mm,
thing you can do is like start consuming content in English like I did, because you don't even realize you're becoming fluent just by that, like through
yeah.
entertainment. Like imagine if somebody loves movies and they are watching English movies, they are
Mm.
watching it for the story obviously, but you gradually start getting the grasp of the language, like the structure of the language. And yes, it helps you improve tremendously, I would say, for sure. So
Hello, good afternoon. How are you, Niyati?
I'm doing really well, thank you for asking.
Okay,
How
so
about you? How are you doing?
yeah, I'm also doing well. Thank you so much for asking. And first of all, welcome to the session. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for inviting me actually. We've been trying to set a mutual date for so long and finally we are able to connect. So I'm really happy for that.
Yes, same here. I'm also feeling very happy. So I'm looking forward to have a great conversation with you. So first of all, please tell me about you. Where are you from? What do you do? What is your background?
Okay. So my name is Niyati and I'm from Rajasthan. I've done my BTech in electronics and communication engineering, and after that felt like I do not want to pursue engineering further. So I've been exploring various options, and like YouTube is one of them, like because I think YouTube is a platform where you can connect with so many people. Like if you want to convey a message, I think this is the best platform for that. So I thought, why not help people become fluent at English? Because I know there are so many people out there stressing about this language. So yes, I'm here for that.
Okay, you started recently your YouTube channel.
Yes, I think it's been around 1 or 2 months, you could say.
Okay, okay. So how did you learn this language?
Okay, so thankfully, what happened was that during my teenage years, my hobbies kind of inclined towards the English content. For example, like watching English movies or listening to English songs, or you could say, yes, novels, especially like fictional novels. I absolutely love reading novels. Ever since my teenage years, I've been reading so many novels, and usually the native authors, I would say, like the people from the US or the British, because I don't know, I just really love the way they express things in the novel. So that I would say really helped me become fluent at this language for sure, 100%.
Okay, okay. And you are from Jaipur, Rajasthan.
I'm from Jodhpur actually, but Jaipur is not so far away.
Okay. And is your schooling was from Hindi medium?
No, it was from English medium. And yeah, same for the college, it was also in English medium. But like you know how the things are everywhere, like we are not supposed to be talking in our mother tongue. like we are supposed to be talking in English language so that we can improve. But like how kids are, like nobody takes this seriously, and that was the same thing with basically everyone. Like everybody was talking in Hindi in classes, be it school or college. And so like if you had to improve, like it was your own responsibility in a way. Like you had to do things on your own apart from school if you want to get a grasp of this language. So that's what I did.
Okay, okay, yeah, I can understand because in English medium school also usually teachers speak in Hindi. They try to explain things in Hindi. So we cannot say we have a great environment of English speaking. We have to create this environment. Okay. So what is the purpose behind your YouTube channel specifically?
Like I mentioned, like so many people out there actually they are taking English language as a subject, like
Yeah.
something that they have to study, and that's where they are wrong. So like just to let people know that it's just a language and treat it like a language, I thought like why not start a channel? Because um before you teach somebody anything, you need to tell them like exactly what the thing is. I mean, nobody needs to like, from my personal experience I'm saying, like nobody needs to go with the grammar part first. Like I know it's the boring part, it's very boring, I know.
Very
And
important.
I also recommend to people like you can start with the spoken part first, the spoken English. And the first
Hmm.
thing you can do is like start consuming content in English like I did, because you don't even realize you're becoming fluent just by that. Like through
Yeah.
entertainment, like imagine if somebody loves movies and they are watching English movies, they are
Hmm.
watching it for the story obviously, but you gradually start getting the grasp of the language, like the structure of the language. And yes, it helps you improve tremendously, I would say, for sure. So that's the reason why I started the YouTube channel. That's the major point, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and YouTube can give you a lot of opportunities. There are many people who are looking forward to have conversation and they want to learn from you. So you will get a lot of opportunity. Even my channel is very small, but I'm getting so many people who want to talk to me, who want to learn from me. There are many people, a learner, they want to learn English from me. So yeah, there are many opportunities, specifically in this English field.
Exactly. Yeah, because there is, yeah, you're right. Actually, there's a huge demand of learning English language in India,
Yeah.
because not even India, actually, I would say globally, because English is a global language and so many people want to learn it. And there are obviously so many benefits of learning this language. Like you are able to connect with people, like not only across India, but throughout the globe. You are able to connect with so many people just because of language. So I think that itself like states how important it is to learn English language in today's time.
Yeah, and one more thing I would love to add here, when like after starting a YouTube channel, I feel my whole personality has been changed. I'm interacting with many people every day, like at least two, three people every day, and I feel somewhere my personality is also grooming because of my channel. So do you feel the same? And do you feel any changes in your
Exactly.
personality?
Yes, 100% I agree with you, because you can say I am an introvert, kind of. Yes, I am.
Okay.
So interacting with people is not really my cup of tea, or you could say was not my cup of tea. But yes, I'm trying to improve. Like I'm trying to just push myself out of the comfort zone, because I know good things happen when you are able to push yourself out of the comfort zone. And it's not just for the English language, it can be anything. Like you can be scared of any single thing, but when
Mm.
like I get surprised like how much capabilities we have, and we don't even realize that until and unless like we get out of that comfort zone. And then we realize like, okay, I never thought that I was really good at this thing. So that's the same thing for me. Like definitely I feel like now personally I could interact with people more comfortably than
Hmm.
compared to like how it was when I just started the channel.
Yeah, totally agree with your points. And I also feel the same because I was also an introvert girl when I started my YouTube channel. But because of my YouTube channel, I have learned a lot. And now I feel I'm not an introvert girl. I am an ambivert girl, so now I can talk to anyone. I'm not that much expressive till now. Like it is my nature. I am an introvert. I don't like to talk to people in person. I don't like, but when it comes to talking online, so I feel very comfortable. Always love to talking to people. So somewhere my personality has groomed a lot. I feel, yeah, and people who are watching my video, they always say, yes, you have changed a lot. My first video I uploaded on my channel, that time I was so nervous, I was very shy and all, but the things are totally changed now. Yeah.
Exactly, for sure. I agree with you. That was the same case with me. Because when you're first starting, it can be anything, not just this field, like anything when you're just starting out, it can feel like
Hmm.
nerve-wracking because like you don't know how exactly because you've been watching like other people on YouTube and you see how good they are and it kind of puts a pressure on you to be equally good. But obviously when you're starting out, like you are learning a lot of things, you're making mistakes, but that's like the path of it, like that's the path to become the person that you want to become. So for sure I also personally believe that I have changed a lot. Interacting with so many people has definitely changed me, not just online but I would say offline as well. It has kind of given me confidence to be able to interact with people that you could say I was uncomfortable interacting with earlier. So
Hmm.
yes, for sure, like it's a win-win situation.
Right, right. And if we want to do something big in our life, so first we have to take baby steps and we need to come out from our comfort zone. And that is what we are doing. We are talking to stranger basically. So it is also a kind of learning we are doing right now. Okay, so do you have any question for me if you have anything in your mind?
Yes. Actually, I would like to know about your English journey as well, if you
Okay, I
don't
think my
mind.
English learning, yeah, I think my English learning journey, my audience already know. So, but I will tell you about my English learning journey. So, I started my YouTube
Okay,
channel.
yeah, okay. You could just tell me in brief because I have another question that I wanted to ask you, but first I wanted to know this thing.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So, yes, I started my learning journey last year. In that time, I started my YouTube channel too. So, I was also preparing for government job examination. So, I was very sure I will be able to qualify this. And I know, like, if I will be able to qualify exam, so I have to face interview and I have to teach students. So, it is important. It is must now. I should try to learn this language. Then I started learning this language and I started from speaking. I started learning. I started reading books every day. I started consuming content on Instagram, YouTube, any platform. I switched all the thing in English, and I started consuming English content only. And this is how I reach this at this level. I started having conversation also because of my channel. So, with the help of putting a lot of efforts, I reached at this level. There is room for improvement, but I feel, yeah, I I have done so much. Like I have qualified my UGC net exam, and this is my hobby. I am here. I'm talking to it. It's just a hobby, so I feel I'm content. Yeah, I am content with it.
Okay, that's a very good thing to know because I think UGC NET is a very tough exam to crack, right? Like that's what I hear people say. So yeah, congratulations to you for that. That's really a big achievement.
Yeah, thank you so
Okay,
much.
so yeah, the other question that I mainly wanted to ask you was how do you introduce advanced vocabulary in your everyday conversation? Because personally, for me, what I do is like when I'm reading new words and then I like quickly read their meaning and then I just move on with my life and then I forget about the words and their meanings. So I'm never able to introduce those words in my daily conversation. So, how do you do that?
Yes, actually, as I told you, I love reading books. It is one of my hobby. I read every day. Like in the morning, I read around 25 pages. I read out loud. So whenever know new words, so I highlight that word. And after completing my reading task, I go to the Google or ChatGPT. I write down few sentences related to that particular word, and want to have any conversation. So before joining them, I revise those words and I try to use consciously. It is my way. Like So I try to use at least one or two new words while having conversation. So this
Okay,
is
well,
how.
yeah, that's a very good method actually, because yes, you're right. Because until and unless we like use those words in a sentence, we are never going to be able to learn them, because
Yeah.
just going straight to their meaning and just moving on is obviously going to make you forget those words after a few days. That's
Yeah.
a very good method.
Yeah, and
Yes.
sometimes I write down meaning in my mother tongue. So that time I can relate that word and relate that word, and I can feel that word. So this is how I'm learning. And how, what about you? How do you learn? Like you are, I think you are struggling with it, but somewhere you are learning something every day, any phrases, any new words. So how do you do that?
Exactly, like you mentioned, like I think the best way is for sure to learn it through your mother tongue. So what I do is, like, if I'm reading something, I don't write it down, but I think I should, because you need to have proper notes for that. And now I do, but what I do is just I simply read the words, and then I start thinking of sentences in my mind. So I would convert them to my mother tongue, which kind of, for like most of the words I forget, but some of them I am able to remember, and that's purely because of creating sentences in my mind in my mother tongue. So that's what I do. But yes, I do need to improve in this field for sure.
Yeah, and one more thing I would love to ask from you, and I'm very curious to know about that because your words are very clear. You are speaking very clear. So, what is the reason? Like, how did you develop this accent? You're very speaking very clear.
Okay, well, yes, I think the technique is like you speak slowly and emphasize on the words that you really want to, because that's the way you are able to convey the emotions. Because like I have seen people, they are really good, but they speak so fast
Yeah.
that it kind of just it just doesn't connect with them. So for sure, like that's like it's very simple thing. Like just speak slowly and try to pronounce all the words correctly instead of just hovering around them and just moving forward. That's what I do.
Yeah, you were saying right, and I also do the same. Sometimes it happens with me, like when I feel if I will speak slowly, so maybe I will forget something. So that time I start speaking fast. Otherwise, I try to speak slow, and I try to speak word clearly. So yeah,
Yes,
but
I think
sometimes.
that happens usually either when you are nervous, or yes, exactly, it happens when, like, if I am nervous, I would start speaking really, really fast. So
Hmm.
that's something that I'm trying to improve. Like, no matter, even if you're nervous, you need to speak slowly. And it's not just like good for us, but also good for the audience, because a lot of them are beginners and they cannot understand when somebody is speaking too fast. Because I have seen some people commenting on other people's channel, like, I really love your content, but you need to speak slower because we are just beginning the journey. So I completely understand how the things are. So again, that's a win-win situation, like not only for you but also for the audience, when you are speaking the words slowly and emphasizing on the part that you really want to.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, one more interesting question I want to ask you. Nowadays, not nowadays, like storytelling is really important. Like people are using it, and it makes our conversation very interesting. So, are you using it like storytelling? If you are sharing your real life experiences, or if you are teaching somebody, so how you make it interesting so that people can listen to you more and more?
Right. I think with the storytelling thing, I need to introduce that. I haven't done that yet. Okay, I for one of the videos I did that, but I actually took that video down because I was not sure whether people would like something like that. Because I was sharing my incidents through storytelling. So I thought maybe we could try something new, because storytelling is what people keep so engaged throughout the conversation. But maybe I will try that out, like now that you're mentioning it, because I took that video down. Like maybe I could make the video again about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, nowadays I'm reading a book that name is Talk Like a TED, and then in that book I found storytelling can enhance our speaking style at least 60%. So that is why I'm thinking about it. So I want to add I'm good at this. I love sharing my own experiences, whatever I have done, what I want to do. I try to make a story, and I try to use while having conversation. I try to share with my audience, but it is a skill and I have to brush it up well. So that is why I thought, like, let me ask you, maybe you are doing it or not, maybe you are also using it or not. So I'm very curious to learn this skill also.
Right. I think, yes, now that you mention, I will definitely introduce that, because yes, it definitely helps us to improve as well as keeps the audience engaged.
Yes, they
So
feel
we
connected
can
when
start it
we
together,
share.
like post a video about storytelling some.
Hmm. Yeah,
Right? Yeah,
and
go ahead.
yes, yes. So I was saying, when we tell any kind of story, any kind of real life experience, so they feel connected. They feel a little connected to us. So that is why I'm thinking about this. Yeah, I should work upon this skill, because now we are in this field and we have to make our conversation interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is about my conversation. So at the end of this session, I want to share any piece of advice with my audience who are learning this language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said, don't jump to the grammar part. I mean, yes, everybody has their own journey, like everybody prefers their own thing, but personally, what I would suggest is just don't jump to the grammar part, because then you will be like learning it as a subject and you'll be doing it as a homework, and that's something that I don't want you guys to do. I want you guys to like directly jump to the things that you really love. If you love music, start listening to English music
Mm.
with the captions and subtitles. Everything is available these days. Focus on the lyrics. And if you love movies, like start with the movies. So yeah, that's what I would recommend, and I always recommend that.
Okay, okay. Then I think now it's time to wrap it up. And thank you so much for joining me today. It was really nice talking to you. It's the first time we are talking, and I feel, yeah, it is really interesting. And we thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm truly grateful for that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.